Yeah, I think we've been lucky enough to have a strong voice at the table to say, these are things that we have to be able to deliver to our customers. So I talked a little bit about predictive analytics and how AWS Bedrock is helping us evolve our ability to deliver that. And many of those requirements have come from us into the Bedrock team to say we have to be able to solve these problems.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Inside Partnering. We are here again at reInvent and it's Thursday. Things are starting to wind down a little bit. It's been a long week.
Yeah, it definitely has. A long, interesting, full of learning week.
Amazing week. I mean, so many people and so many, all of our peeps, right? I mean, everybody's here. Everybody in technology is here this week.
That is right. Absolutely.
So I'm so excited to be joined by Masooma Naqvi, and Masooma is VP of Product Management for Digital Services at HP. And HP and AWS are long-standing, huge partners, and so really interested to hear. I think there's a lot to dive into there. Just a little bit of introduction for everyone. Masooma leads the digital services, building products for digital services, which is a lot of workforce experience, platform and things like that. And your background, you were actually previously with Amazon.
Yes.
And also Google and PayPal. Yeah.
So a lot of it going through the big tech companies, really focusing on customer problems, engagements with partners, and now with HP focusing on solutions that we can provide CIOs and partners that serve those CIOs, whether GSIs or MSPs, that can help drive better cost efficiencies and margins. You mentioned the Workforce Experience Platform, which is our flagship product. It is a tool geared towards the fleet management of the IT estate, which is today, PCs, printers, collaboration equipment, the network, and really focusing on how can we help identify issues, remediate them proactively, use the AI and a lot of the new technologies emerging here to help optimize margins and costs for managing that estate.
That's amazing, important role, and there's so much technology everywhere, and it's got to work.
Yes.
And so that's critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've all seen in the past 5 years, the work environment is consistently changing, right? We went from all office as default to remote, to hybrid, to RTO, and the only thing that's consistent besides change is that employees' expectations get higher and higher on the tools that they need to get work done. And so the pressure on IT teams to manage costs while still delivering a great experience that drives business outcomes by enabling the employees is getting more and more intense.
Yeah, and like you said, there's so many different, versions of that from, now, like you said, RTO, a lot of companies are saying, hey, you got to be back in the office, but there's a lot of hybrid and they're still remote, and so how do you manage all of that in locations all over the world?
So we have a portfolio of tools that help us enable that. So taking from device telemetry and not just PC but collaboration all the way up the stack into the application telemetry as well, we can help understand where are these remote employees or hybrid employees getting impacted and then give them the tools to solve it. So for example, through our WXP collaboration product, we can tell you, you have a better connection at your house than you do at Starbucks, and you're experiencing more packet loss, so why don't you not do that anymore? Right. And so it really is focused on making sure that the employee has the most productive time possible. And then especially for our partners, we can give them these tools so that they're able to wrap services or any incremental value around it with their own tooling so they can go serve their partners as well.
Yeah. Well, so assuming we're here at reInvent, and like we said, everybody's here. I'm sure you've been meeting with a lot of customers. What are you hearing from customers? Like, what has that been like this week?
Of course, AI. Everyone is still seeking that AI value of it's not just a technology, it's a tool. So what is it doing for me in terms of optimization, in terms of greater understanding? And what's really great is with the pace of development, we're starting to see some of that pay off. Like we were on the expo floor companies that last year we were seeing with just POCs or early in their stages, now they have robust solutions at market. The software development lifecycle is accelerating, and we're seeing the ability to really handle big data is getting stronger with every iteration. So it's been an exciting time. Like honestly, there's a million small booths down there solving niche problems that are impactful and can drive real dollar values.
Yeah, I mean AI is everywhere, and I know the WXP product is really taking AI and building that into part of the solution for customers. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we really handle AI in two major ways. The first way is that we use AI as the conversational interface of the platform. So really using these LLM models to give CIOs and help desk agents tools to say, okay, where are the largest issues happening? What's the biggest cost of a BSOD? Can you recommend some cost-saving opportunities for me? And so just helping process that volume of data. And then the second is really thinking about, if you think about all the devices in the IT estate, the amount of telemetry that you can gather from them, and using that to get proactive about solving issues, that's where AI becomes really powerful. That's where the machine learning and the inference and then the ability to act on it is the most compelling. So we've been working with AWS Bedrock to build predictive self-healing models where you are looking across an estate, we can not only identify that an issue might emerge, but we can tell you what's the appropriate fix for it, and in some cases, just deploy that fix on your behalf. And so what it does is it drives less downtime because fixes are getting addressed. It drives less cost from the help desk because you don't need as many people staffing issues that are emerging, and then it drives just greater experience for the employee.
That's great. Yeah, that's terrific. What's your target customer? Is it like by segment or horizontal or geography? What?
Yeah, we have a very broad base that we work with. So through direct, we work with CIOs directly of larger enterprise, and we also work very deeply with MSPs and GSIs who go serve some of the smaller to mid-market range. But we believe these problems are going to be applicable to all, from small business to really large enterprise, because everybody is trying to optimize. And so we want to provide the tool at every level.
Yeah. That's great. So Masooma, tell me about, we're here, reInvent with AWS, and AWS is a huge partner. You built a lot of your AI technology on Bedrock. Tell me about the partnership with AWS, like co-build, co-market, co-sell, thinking of those elements of partnership.
Yeah, no, so AWS has been terrific partners. Like, I was at Amazon. I know that Amazon knows how to build. They're great at it, and they're great at building with velocity and quality. And so we're partnering with them on multiple things. So from co-build, we're using some of their AI development tools to help optimize our development cycles. From co-market, we're part of their private beta for launching the new sovereign entity in EU, which is going to let us handle the sovereign data in our EU market customers. And then we're continuing to look at them and the innovations that they're making in the AI space and think about how can we bring that into WXP and how can we use that to accelerate our pace of delivering value.
So Masooma is a product leader, product management leader. How does that work as you're connecting with a huge partner like AWS, where you're building the product, but you're also working with product teams at AWS, and are you feeding back either from customers or from the engineering team or into the AWS products that support your product?
Yeah, I think we've been lucky enough to have a strong voice at the table to say, these are things that we have to be able to deliver to our customers. So I talked a little bit about predictive analytics and how AWS Bedrock is helping us evolve our ability to deliver that. And many of those requirements have come from us into the Bedrock team to say we have to be able to solve these problems. Similarly, in terms of geo availability, we have been working with them to identify what's the next greatest opportunity, especially for our markets, and I'm sure they're hearing that from all of their customers. and that's helping them as they stack rank and launch in some of these sovereign markets. And so, and it's been working both ways, where as they launch new things, we're partners with them in testing it in our own development life cycles. And so that's been a really great partnership.
That's great. That's really cool, because I'm sure you have that happens all the time, right? There are some capabilities or something that where you're like, oh, if we only had this.
Yes, exactly. And we all want to build for scale. We don't want to do a lot of custom work. And so I think where HP has a lot of expertise in innovation and operating at scale, we can help filter some of those requirements through into the AWS team, because we also engage with a large enterprise customers.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Well, Masooma, this has been fantastic. Really appreciate you spending some time with us and sharing your insights into the working relationship with AWS and partnerships and building products together.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was really great, so thank you.
So thank you, Masooma, and thank you all for joining, and we will see you next time. And in the meantime, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, everybody.